Hello and welcome to the first lecture of the listening module. In this lecture, I am going to brief you about the complete listening test, okay? And then in the coming lectures, I am going to discuss all parts one by one, okay? And at the end, I am going to take one complete mock test, okay? So first of all, about your questions. Basically, there are, six parts. The very first part, like our reading module, is unscored, okay? You will get just one question only. And then you have listening to problem solving, 8 questions, then 5 questions, 6 questions, 5 questions, and then 8 and 6. 6 parts are there. To score 9 bands, you have to aim for 34 marks, okay? 34 marks. Why? If your exam is easy and you have scored 33, so it will be your 8 bands, okay? CELPIP level 8. But if you are aiming for 9 and you want to be sure, irrespective of the level of difficulty, then you have to aim for 34. 34 means you have to, what is the margin of error? The margin of error is only 4 questions, okay? Only 4 questions. So, if I compare your this one CELPIP listening with your IELTS listening, in IELTS listening, students can easily score 8 bands. 8 bands means 35. So there we have one margin of one extra margin. Like I can answer 5 questions incorrectly. Here I can only answer 4 questions incorrectly. That is one thing. Second, there in IELTS I am listening. While listening, I can read questions and answer. Here the problem is I have to listen first, okay? I have to listen first. So listen to me carefully what I am saying. I have to listen first the audio. Then after that I have to listen question and then answer. And that too like within 30 seconds. So because of that, many students face problem in these 4 parts, okay? In these 4 parts. It's not like difficult, but if you make, let's say, if you are making 2 mistakes, okay, in first 4 parts, like 8 plus 5, 13 plus 6, 19 plus 5, 24, you make only 2 mistakes. Now the problem is, overall margin for us is 4 only. So it means like in remaining 14 questions, you can only make 2 mistakes. But these questions these 2 parts are difficult. So if sometimes students make, instead of 2 mistakes, they make 4 mistakes. So 4 plus 2 is 6. So 38 minus 6 is 32. And if you are scoring 32 marks here, what will be your band score? It will be your 8 bands. Okay, that is the problem. So the margin is nothing here. Aim for like 34, and in any case or in worst case, you cannot make mistake in first part, you cannot make mistake in your second part and fourth part, okay? And here also in viewpoints, let's say this one is difficult, you are making 2 mistakes here. Let's say it is difficult, you are making 2 mistakes. Now what? You have to answer all correctly here, okay? So what I feel is, out of first 4, third one is little bit difficult, and then in part 5 and part 6, this one is bit long, but I don't think like it is difficult, okay? But because it is long, I can sometimes students miss few points, so I can say like, okay, if you are making mistake here, you can make mistake here, okay? Let's say 1 or 2. Here try to answer all questions correctly. Now, here also we have the same thing. You may get one unscored part, okay? So again, like reading module, they have mentioned like, it takes like 47 to 55. Now if I calculate the overall time, 8 plus 5, 13 plus 6, 19 plus 5, 24, 24 plus like this one 25 plus 9, 34 plus 8, 42. So why the time is 47? Let's say you are getting this daily life conversation device. Let's say you are getting this one device, or maybe this one, okay? So it depends. and whatever part you are getting extra will be your unmarked, unchecked one. It won't be checked. So, but you won't get to know whether the first one was unchecked or this one is going to be unchecked. So, you should not think or assume that this is unchecked, I won't do it. Okay, your the level of attempt should be same only. Okay, don't assume anything here. Now coming to your different parts, so what is the structure here? As I said, like you will listen to an audio. So the very first one is going to be your what you say practice task. Okay, this is a practice task.
Unfortunately, I missed the concert last night.
So once you have answered the question, you jump to next one. Whether you answer it or not, it doesn't matter. Then, like this
listening
is a
to problem solving.
First part, problem solving. Listening to problem solving. You will hear a conversation between a man and a woman. The conversation takes place in an office. Okay. Now this part is divided into 3 subparts. The very first part is this one.
Hello, Ms. Jeffers. I'm Matthew.
Now once this audio is over, based on this you will get 3 different 2 or 3 questions.
Which word best describes the man's task?
Exciting, boring, this one. Let's say you have answered this. Now I'll jump to next one. Second question.
2.
What?
Second question. Okay.
What is at the man's workstation?
So whatever answer it is, then now you see I have got the second subpart of this first part or second section of the first part. Okay, only in this part it is like this. There in the exam you cannot pause, okay, because I am just teaching you and we can do that thing here. In the exam you can't pause, you can't play the video again.
3.
What is the man's role in the company?
So you may get 2 or 3 questions. Okay, again let me jump on to next one.
Question 4.
What does the man intend to do at lunchtime?
Okay, you will have 30 seconds for every question. Now
question 5.
We are getting 3 questions for this section. Okay, once you have answered this, you will get to hear another audio, the final section, and based on that you will get 3 questions. Okay, or 2 questions. Like in the first section I got 2, in the second section I got 3, now here I'll get 3. Sometimes you get 3, 3 and 2. Okay. So I'll just skip everything. This one is a bit long. So that's why it is difficult, because you have already heard the audio. Now you have to recollect, okay, what I heard, and then you have to listen question and answer. So still, like, this part is easy. Okay, this part is easy.
8.
Why does the woman tell him to find her later?
Okay, I'm going to skip now. Now let's jump on to our second part.
Listen.
Second part is daily life conversation. Okay, the name itself conveys like the theme behind this part, daily life conversation. 2 colleagues, a man and a woman. Okay, so here it's not like we will get different sections, one long audio, okay, 1.5 to 2 minutes, and once that is over, 5 questions.
Question 1. What are the man and woman talking about? Question 2. Which statement is most likely true?
Okay, so likewise you will get remaining 5 questions.
Question 3. What does the man miss? Question 4. Why does the man ask if the woman drives or takes the bus? Question 5. What does the man do at the end to help the woman?
Okay, Now once our second part is over, we get the third part, listening for information, and here instead of 5 questions we have 6 questions, rest everything is same. The second part was listening to a daily life conversation. So this one is what, listening for information. So basically you have to listen carefully because you are finding information. Okay, so the name itself like conveys us what is the theme behind this part. Okay, you will hear a conversation between a customer and a worker at a mattress and bedding store. Audio can be 1.5 to 2 minutes long. Okay, it is going to be a bit difficult. Well, sorry, not 1.5, 2 to 2.5. Okay, once your audio is over, 6 questions. Okay, like we got earlier in our second part.
Question 1. Why does the woman want to buy new pillows?
So you will get 6 questions in this way only.
Question 2. Why did the woman have a buckwheat pillow in the past? Question 3. According to the man, which of these is true of buckwheat? Question 4. According to the man, which of these is true of memory foam? Question 5. Which of these options best describes the man's opinion? Question 6. What will likely happen next?
Okay, after this we have what? We have listening to a news item. That is our fourth part, and you will listen to a short news item. Okay, here it is about a community power issue. So the audio is going to be, it won't be this much long. Okay, it will be 1.5 minute or 1.2. Okay, something like that. Once your audio is over, you will get questions in this way, like you have to click on this drop down menu and select the best option. Okay, in this way, in this way, in this way, in this way. Okay, so this makes this part a bit easy compared to the third one. Then the fourth one is what? Fourth one is your listening to a discussion. It means there is some kind of discussion going on. Okay, so but the discussion is not an audio, the discussion is basically in the video format. That is the difference between first 4 and, or I can say that is the difference between part 5 and remaining parts.
To a discussion. You will watch a 2-minute.
So see, you will, first of all you will get the instructions. Among 3 people, 1 woman Anna, 2 men Paul and George, and they are discussing something during their break. This is the video. Okay, you have to listen the video carefully, watch the video carefully, and based on that you have to answer the questions.
Leave that.
Okay, so sometimes they can ask what the man in the middle said to Anna, or the person on the right, what he said. So whatever, like discussion is there, and based on their discussion you have how many questions? 8 questions. And questions are not in audio format, they are like our news item. Okay, the questions are in this way. Drop down menu, click on the select the right option. Okay, what did management announce to the employees? What does Paul, the man on the right, believe? What does Anna believe? What do they all agree? So question can be on anything. Okay, so it's not like you will get questions in one particular format or way. They can be like, they can ask like what the 3 people decided at the end. Okay, the person on the left didn't agree with dash whom, maybe like you have to select the right person, or didn't agree with the statement, what the statement is. Okay, and then they can ask other question also based on the discussion, and Then you have listening for viewpoints. You're listening to an article, kind of report, I can say. It will be 3 minutes
Listening
long.
for viewpoints.
That
You
is the thing here. Okay, 3 minutes long. So it becomes challenging to make notes also. We have to write important points and we have to understand what the person is saying. So basically the speaker will be telling us about the opinion of different people, maybe like 3, maybe 4. So we have to, I can't say memorize, we have to keep their points in mind and then only we can answer. Okay, so if I skip the audio and show you the questions, Kathy, then we have Ralph, then we have Chen also. So we have viewpoints of 3 different people. Sometimes we may have viewpoint of 4 persons. The question can be what the author was trying
The
to say.
increased amount of television
Okay.
advertising aimed at young consumers has led some parents to question whether such targeting
So this is how you are going to get this listening for viewpoints in the exam. I hope you have got the idea, and once you have once you have answered, you are submitting, then you will jump on to the second module, that is reading module. Listening is always first one in the exam. Okay, so I hope you have got the idea. Now how I am going to teach you, I am going to discuss all these parts one by one. Okay, then at the end I am going to take one complete test. So my approach is going to be same, but when I'm teaching you, I'm not taking care of the time. Okay, because my main thing is like to teach you, show you my approach, and when I'm taking complete test, then my approach will be little different. Okay, because I have to score 34 plus, so that if I'm not scoring 34 myself, then how can I be a teacher and say like you have to score 34 if I'm not able to score myself. So when I'm taking test, I won't be discussing anything in detail. I will be simply answering the question, but when I'm discussing these parts separately, there I will be showing you my approach, and after every part I'll click picture of my notes and show you on the screen. Okay, so that's all guys, thank you very much. Now jump to the second lecture where I am discussing the very first part, listening to a problem solving.